Good evening, lady bugs and yellow jackets. Welcome to this evening's episode of FAE News here on FAE Productions. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly, and tonight I am here with Ion the Leprechaun. I hate it so much. I mean, I like it, but I hate it. And Count Morbid and his giant pumpkin. What? Did
That's
you
cool.
make that? No way.
First off, you can't say no way when I didn't say anything, you psychopath.
Well, I disbelieved you
So
preemptively.
cool.
Well, it was made by Michael.
Oh, at Michael's the craft store.
I don't know any other Michael, do you?
I guess I'm just shocked that they made a pumpkin that has your name in it.
Yes,
What?
that's because they can make pumpkins that have people's names in them.
You mean you took a pumpkin there and they did that for you at the store? I don't understand.
I don't have enough alcohol for this. Yes, no, they have their, like not real pumpkins that can be carved, and you can have them you can order them online and have them delivered to the store or to yourself.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
We don't have a long enough show for all the things you don't know.
That's going to be true for forever because there will always be far more things that I don't know than
By the
I
way,
do.
I did derail the introductions because we only got 3/4 of the way through.
Yes, and Flora, of course.
And here's the Flora pumpkin.
And Flora, thanks. And Flora. That's all I get. And Flora. I see how it is.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I don't know why you're mad at me. He's the one that did the derailing.
Well, you could have put a little more oomph into my introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the last but not the least, right? Saved, obviously the best, because she is the last to be introduced to you on the show this evening, is Flora the Fairy, the chicken mama of the show.
Hi.
Man, after all of that.
See, there's a finite amount of excitement that could occur in an introduction, and if you were taking up all of it, then Flora has to just say hi.
Is that how that works?
It is.
I'm trying to find my goofy link. Well, so you guys tonight, first things first, of course, please, if you will, like, subscribe, and derail the bell. I didn't know what to do with it, but I guess I figured once Morbid decided he was going to derail things, that's just what we should be doing for tonight. So that is what I've got. Please hit that bell if you want to get notifications of future shows from us. And tonight we actually have a small little crew because a whole bunch of things happened in a whole bunch of different areas of the realm basically today for some of our people. So all I can say is everybody just send out good fairy vibes to some of our regular crew who are not with us tonight for their various reasons. They could all use your good vibes. So you guys are just like stuck with us for today, but I think that'll be all right. So
once again, bad news, everybody. You've got Florida tonight.
Did you say Florida or Flora? I'm not sure. I mean, being stuck with Florida does not sound awesome.
Yeah, there's an extra syllable I didn't mean for there to be.
Well, thank you. I see you guys all out there. Jesse, Jay, Cobble, Amanita, welcome to the show, you guys. So first things first, I'm really excited to do this. Now, I know that because I've been really busy in the aftermath of Apple Bash, but one of the things that happened at Apple Bash was we had a silent auction where many quests were bid upon and won, and many enchanted items were given out as the result of these quests. However, the magical powers of the enchanted items were yet to be determined upon the completion of the quests. And this is how I intend to do our quest drops in the future going forward. So we just dropped a quest today, which I think has already been claimed, but there will be some more quest drops coming out tomorrow as well on the Patreon. So if you want to get prepared to go and claim those, then be aware that those will be coming out. But the what I have here now, this Ion collected this or got us access to this. This is my giant lament configuration, and inside the lament configuration are a whole bunch of magical powers that
Inside, it's only good things.
yeah, that's also,
ladies and gentlemen, one of the few pop culture references that Princess Lolly is familiar with, but that's just because it's about pain. I had to edit there. I was going to say something else, and I decided to dial it back.
Oh, that's good because it's not 8:30 yet, but I am very excited. So I have this list here in the Fae vault of everybody's items that you guys won at Apple Bash, and so I'm just gonna draw inside the lament configuration. Now, in here are basically a whole bunch of you can kind of see I crinkled them all up. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but in there's a whole bunch of magic power suggestions, and you guys have helped do this because I have a lot of fun on In the Hedge on Discord asking you guys for suggestions for magic powers for enchanted items. And I write those down, and then I have printed them and crinkled them and put them into the lament configuration over time. And now I'm going to draw them out, and we are going to assign them to your guys' enchanted items. And I must say that as we use these, I obviously will be depleting our resources of magical powers to assign to items. So if you guys are inspired by anything that you hear to just suggest more ideas to go into the configuration, then feel free to put your ideas into the comments and we will write those down and get those added in. I do want to qualify that most of the vast majority of these, there are a few things to keep in mind. One is that these should all be PvE. So we want to make them as, I guess, universally accessible as possible. So try to think of magical powers along those lines. And with that said, so the first item that was won that I have on our list here. Oh no, I put the list out of order.
So how should they submit these powers to you, Princess Lolly?
Oh, well, Ion, I literally just said put them into the comment section. But you can also go on Discord, I guess, at any point in time and just be like, I have an idea. And you can tell us in the hedge because it will be fun and good time. So the first thing that I have on here is Shade actually was the final winner of the Bob Ross paint palette. And so the magical power that will now be assigned to the Bob Ross paint palette, and you will be able to find this in the Fae vault if you go look, is this paint palette has the ability
to paint.
When the object, I just think it's going to be so great because nothing will actually match up and it seems very fairy. So when this object is activated, it will create a spiderweb trampoline for 1 hour max. That is the power for the paint palette. Hooray! I actually should write on the back of this. Oh. I kind of wish I could remember.
A spiderweb trampoline sounds like it'd be useful to get out of a jam. I was hoping it'd be able to paint the tunnel on a wall. So people would crash into it.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Full road runner.
Let's see. So this goes on the paint palette.
Like Coyote was never appreciated for his mural painting technique.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there's one down. All right. So I'm just thinking to myself, a spider web trampoline, and exactly how does that happen? Like, does a spider come out? And if a spider does come out, and it's got to be a trampoline that's big enough to deal with, us Fae, then does that mean that an enormous Lord of the Rings sized spider comes out of a cave or something to that effect, makes a spider web trampoline?
No, you have to paint the spider.
You have to paint the spider, and then
you have to paint the
life,
spider, and then the spider makes the trampoline.
And then the spider makes the trampoline. I like it.
That makes a lot of sense.
So if you paint a giant,
does it? Does
it? Should we be concerned if things make sense in the? Let's see. Well, oh yes. I like this disclaimer. Fae Productions is not responsible for any mysterious black-clad folk telling you they have such sights to show you. Also, use typical caution should they offer you things for a small price. We have such sights to show you.
We did not hire him to create the warning label.
Yeah, okay.
The validity of this label cannot be attested to.
Yeah, that's right. This is our warning label, but also we don't take responsibility for it either. So, in fact, just no responsibility.
Your warning label comes with a warning label.
No, not a spider web tramp, a spider web trampoline.
No, I like that better.
A spider web tramp. Does that mean that the tramp just hops from web to web? Just saying. Okay, so next item on the list was the Pilchard Pie painting, and Phoenix, who is one of our folk who's not with us tonight but usually is here on the show. Phoenix is the one who won the Pilchard Pie painting quest. And so the magic power that shall go to the Pilchard Pie painting is when activated, the object transforms into a size who came up with these? When activated, the object transforms into a size-changing marshmallow according to whatever size the owner wishes it to be for the maximum duration of an hour. I don't know what he's going to do with that, but, he'll come up with something, right?
So, inquiry about that. Does the person get to choose the size as a needed basis, or just once and then it lasts an hour?
Well, it just says according to whatever size the owner wishes it to be for the maximum duration of an hour. So it sounds like just once, if I were to interpret that as an ovade.
One should be careful of crushing for an object.
It's giant marshmallow season, you guys.
That goes really well with my size changing hot cocoa mug.
Or the size changing graham crackers.
Let's see. Can you eat the marshmallow? Well,
I was wondering.
I mean, probably not all at once if you decide to make it a giant marshmallow, but if you make it a regular sized marshmallow, I don't see why not.
Can you imagine the sugar rush from that thing? That should be a side bonus action that you get with it.
It sounds
a sugar
horrible.
Rush.
A sugar rush. It sounds horrible and disgusting. I'm just imagining a marshmallow so big that you could like jump out of a 10-story building and land on top of it, right? Just right into it and like then try to eat your way out or something. Oh, so gross. I don't know. I don't know, like when people put the whole hi Kenzo, when people put the whole marshmallow in their mouth and they're just
play Fluffy Bunny.
I don't know this game.
Really?
Yes.
You see how many marshmallows you can fit in your mouth and still say the word Fluffy Bunny, and then
what?
You have a bunch of marshmallows shoved in your mouth.
The winner gets a bunch of marshmallows.
A really hot sugar rush.
The winner gets a bunch of marshmallows. Yes, because it's in their mouth. Like the losers get a bunch of marshmallows too. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, that's just a bonus.
I tried to think of the most harmless thing, something that I loved from my childhood, something that would never, ever possibly destroy us. We used to roast Stay Puft marshmallows by the camp at Camp Wakanda. Wait, that can't possibly be the name of the...
It can possibly be the name of it.
Chubby bunnies. I've
When
never
my little
heard-
Spritling cries, he looks like Stay Puft.
Everybody in the audience knows what Chubby Bunny is, but I'm over here under a rock. Okay.
Chubby
so
Bunny,
the
that's
next
what it
item-
is. Fluffy Bunny. I was close
Chubby
enough.
Bunny.
They
Okay.
knew what I meant.
The next
I assume
item
it's a
that we
sex thing.
I know my truth.
have is the Red Amanita, and this was actually a quest. It was won by Amanita Scorling. And so the magic power that is now going to be associated with your prize was the Red Amanita is... I'm just saying, the
Getting
more
to
that you
grow
guys
to 3
come up with
times your
ideas
size.
and put them in the comments. What were you saying, Ion?
Getting to grow 3 times your size.
Nope. This one is...
Being invulnerable.
No. You know, I'm not sure what this turned into a guessing game.
Cross the
I want
stream.
more suggestions for the configuration. Let's see. When you activate this item, you have thematic music to your actions for 10 minutes. This background theme can cause
That's
some
awesome.
people to have feelings as inspired by the chosen background music for up to 1 hour maximum. The Imperial March. The Gummy Bear song.
What else? What else do you have in your box?
There are lots of mysteries in the box.
Is it pain?
Do you really want to open that box, Morbid? Didn't you read?
Is it Gwyneth Paltrow's head? Okay.
If it was.
Can it be?
So now when I send you your final good job, you completed the quest, and here's your item is officially enchanted. This is
By the way,
now you know what powers your items get.
Very, very Princess Lolly, I wanted to ask if you're doing okay because I was kind of concerned.
No, you weren't. Don't lie.
No. I was worried because of like strange behavior from you today. I was kind of worried because this is the closest to starting on time that I think the show has been in about 2 years.
Oh, shut up. That's not
And I
true.
just, are you feeling okay? Is everything okay?
You know, I'm about to make sure you're not feeling okay.
Oh no, don't throw me into that. I don't think I can use that metaphor anymore. Damn it.
Don't throw you into that Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, close enough.
Let's see. Fighting off. Oh wait, is this a suggestion? Yes. What is this? Let's see. Fighting off an endless flurry of squirrels. You know a good Pink Floyd song for that? There's a Pink Floyd song
So
about
they're
fighting squirrels.
coming up with songs to go with various activities.
We don't need no endless squirrels. Hey, squirrels, leave those nuts alone. All we are is another.
Did you really have to derail the bell? I have a feeling it's just going to be all downhill from here.
It's just going to be all derailed tonight. There's no on the rails. Whole show off the rails. Yes.
Now, there's a suggestion for a theme song for Flora if she had the Amanita mushroom thing.
Oh, geez.
Sound of
What?
silence?
Like it starts playing. And
No, I just got that out of my head. I was humming that. Okay, I was singing it, legit singing it, walking through the grocery store, not to, you know.
Okay, so here's the thing about the chicken dance song, right? If you were to activate the Red Amanita and you were to do the
So I
chicken
shake
dance,
my butt.
it would literally distract every person around you because there's no way they would be able to not be like, yeah, like they would have to. They'd have to start doing it, trying to sneak into a building and there's a security guard. Chicken dance song, and he's like, That's what's good.
And now
I like
it's going to be stuck for weeks.
Well, we could try to come up with another song. Hey, everybody, derail Flora with song suggestions. Derail her from the chicken dance song. Go ahead. Let's see.
I don't know. You can try.
Every time I think about you,
Whoa.
I touch myself.
When I think about you,
I
okay.
honestly do. Yeah.
So the next magic item is a shade had this one again, and it was the Fairy Glamour Potion, the quest for that. And
Somebody
so,
just suggested Baby Shark, by the way.
what does
I
the
hear that
Fairy
so much,
Glamour
it's
Potion do, you
background
guys? This is a funny one. I mean, if I was gonna be a jerk.
Wait, sorry. If? Did you say if you were going to be a jerk?
That's what I said.
Dear God, I really did not blend my hair or makeup today well.
The Fairy Glamour Potion has the power to detect if there is an enchantment or a magic infect when this object is activated. 1 hour maximum. I like that because if the object is activated, it itself becomes an enchantment, and therefore it's obviously working all the time. Like, something about this potion is magic.
I was listening to an actual play D&D podcast, and there was a magical. Well, it was kind of weird because the item itself didn't necessarily have a magic effect exactly, except that when activated, you could convince somebody that it was the most valuable object in the room. So basically, it was like a rock that you could trade for anything.
Yes.
Because you could be like, look at this rock. This is clearly the most valuable thing in the room. Give me that plus 20 magical sword.
It's the stone of the De Beers.
The stone of De Beers.
De Beers.
The beers.
I hear
Chicago.
Vivaldi in my head because I can't remember if it was Zane Company or something, but a long time ago they used to use Vivaldi in their. Okay.
I'm
Whatever.
surprised Vivaldi is in your head, by the way, because I just always assumed there was sort of a distant whistling sound.
You know what? I'm going to derail you right off the show. Man.
Oh, no.
Then I have to talk
don't
more.
Get me off the air. Oh, no. Don't make me show up every Wednesday. No,
Baby shark,
stop.
doo-doo-doo. Baby shark, doo-doo-doo. It's a good suggestion. I like that one. Okay, let's see. Next item is... Where's my vault?
Is it mine?
No, it is the book, Her Dark Inheritance. It is... Kamar got this one. And so the magic power that's going to go to that one is really tiny, apparently. Ooh.
That's what she
Size
says.
princess.
Whoa. Is it, though? Is it, Flora? Let's see. The magic power that is associated with the book Her Dark Inheritance is that when activated, your package, whatever it may be, has the book. Wait till you hear the rest of it. Man, we're not even at 8:30. Your package will make it to its destination when this item is activated. All the
Will the package arrive earlier or on time?
Oh.
I guess it's just trying to say it makes it into the box. I don't know what Frank is doing over there, but
Oh, goodness.
that's a good one. Kamar, there you go. That's what this magic item does for you.
Oh.
Okay. And then I think the last one is yours, Flora.
Last again.
Oh my
You
God.
know, I was trying to be consistent. Did I sound too excited about it though? Like, okay, the last one is Flora's.
It better be a good one.
That's definitely a good one.
It's apparently
So
going to be random, is what it's going to be.
You won the D20 candle, and so, which I congratulate you on. And so The prize for the D20 candle is... the power of the D20 candle is...
Catches fire. Light. Power is light.
There's melt. It melts.
It melts. Yes.
The power of the D20 candle is sex wax.
No, that's not what it says. Let's see.
It's erotic sex wax.
That is not actually what this magic power says. Okay. The magic power is your soda never goes flat as long as this item is in your possession. And you know what's funny about this is I feel like that was your magic power suggestion, wasn't it? For the lament configuration?
I don't know. I've submitted a lot.
So wait,
I know.
Flora will never go flat?
Well, it says her soda will never go flat as long as the item is in her possession.
I think it's appropriate to extend that to all beverages.
Thank you. Why couldn't it be my tea always stays the perfect temperature?
Your tomato juice will never go flat.
Because you didn't submit your tea always stays the perfect temperature. But if you'd like that to be put into the lament configuration so that maybe it will get assigned to one of... Because next week, I figure I'll do a drawing for all of the quests that have been completed that were dropped on the Patreon from the last couple months. Because I haven't... because I was gone so much last month, I didn't get a chance to actually... get those mailed out. So I'm like, aha, I will now gather them all up and get everybody all of their quest seals, and then we can assign those ones next week.
Now, remind me again, I know that when you do the Handmade Home Shopping Live, and if you buy something from the vendors there, you get the item Enchanted. But what about buying from a vendor we've had on the show?
No. Yes. Maybe.
Yes.
Prank call. Wrong number.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Oh, okay.
Flora's like, oh, I have this item. You got one of the actual D20 candles?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
It smells amazing.
So you want me to draw? You want me to draw another magic power for that candle, in addition to the one that you already won? Fine.
Yes.
I will.
Spoil me tonight. I deserve it.
Okay. I've been persuaded and convinced, but you must go into the hedge and you must put a reminder there so that I don't forget that I'm doing this, because that's fair. You did purchase from one of our vendors, so
really twisted.
Please be something chicken related.
This actually goes for anybody. If you guys purchase from our vendors and you want us to enchant your item, then that is what we'll do. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna make you wait.
D&D sharp, do.
D&D sharp, what? No. Let's see. You can always find the page you are looking for in a book as long as this item is in your possession.
Yes! That one was mine. I know for a fact I submitted that one. I am so excited.
I love this power I just got for myself that I gave to myself in a long roundabout way. Huzzah!
It's so long and roundabout, it's inconceivable that it was pre-planned. So,
by the way, just because we were talking about it earlier, there's various configurations that they have, including versions that like your name is like the mouth or other symbols.
Wow! Oh, what?
Yeah, here, one second. Let me see if I can scroll up here.
My name on it.
Now, I think that earlier in the year they also had sports versions, which doesn't do a lot for us, but they also, I think, have like giant Christmas ornaments coming up in December.
How much did that cost
you? They're $30, but there's a 30% off sale, and I got mine was like $21.
21, yeah, plus shipping.
No, I had it delivered to the store, and I had it delivered to a store in Oregon to skip sales tax.
Why is somebody rickrolling us in French and in English?
Why wouldn't they?
I guess
is the question why is it not in Latin? Why is it not Gaelic?
That's right. How come you're not rickrolling me in Gaelic? Don't you know this is a fairy show?
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine what that would sound like? I want to be rickrolled in German. I see that. Okay, so where was I? Yes, we have our vendor / author down in the wings this evening. Oh, I forgot to do our drawing first. Okay, I'm sorry. I see you down there. I'll bring you in though. You can be on. Hi, BT. Welcome. Before we get you all introduced to everybody, I am going to do our drawing. Actually, this is for the cool stained glass piece from our vendor last week. And I have our little wheel of wind. Let me. Whoop.
By the way, this is from the author in question. I just wanted to say real quick, I am really, really hip.
Oh my God! Shut up.
Again, that was the professional writer who gave me that one.
I'm just saying, but we basically tell everybody to shut up. So here's our list. Yay, Wheel of Wind. Woohoo! For the stained glass piece.
It's so purple. I love it.
Oh,
Your face is purple.
Your face is purple. Ah. Really, very congratulations. You are the winner. Yes. Look lively, folks. Look lively. You get the awesome piece of handmade stained glass. And then I guess with that said, oh man, they had such cool stained glass too. Now I'm thinking about it. So with that said, I am going to go ahead and bring in our guest for tonight. We'll embiggen you. Wow, yay, and now you are off mute.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, and the microphone works, thank goodness.
Yes, so BT, please.
Pineapple? What? Is that a pineapple curtain or what is that?
It's tropical. Yeah, there's palm trees.
Ah.
Keeps the sun out.
So, BT, if you will, please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us who you are and what you write.
Hi, I'm BT Wallace. I write horror psychological fiction, novelettes, specifically.
All right. So, do you have just the one book that we're going to be hearing from tonight, or do you have quite a selection of things? Elaborate for us a little bit.
Absolutely. I currently have 3 novelettes on Amazon.com. And I do believe one of them is carried on BarnesandNoble.com because they're weird.
What?
And you can buy them in England. Somehow I only managed to get one of them to be for sale on BarnesandNoble.com.
Are they consecutive things in the story? Or are they totally different books? Like not.
They are completely consecutive in this situation.
Okay, so is it the
following?
Second book?
I know, right? No, it's the 3rd book. Oddly enough, the 3rd book stands alone on BarnesandNoble.com, and 1, 2, and 3 sit on Amazon.com. Yeah.
And what is the subject matter of your horror book?
So I wrote first person, following the life of a man named Alexander Booth, private detective in Portland, Oregon. I found a local way of doing that would be really fun and entertaining.
Is Portland one of those made-up cities like Gotham?
It is. It is a weird city.
I heard it has a lot of food trucks and art.
Yeah, food trucks and, art cars. Are you a native to the Pacific Northwest or to Portland?
I am an immigrant from Southern California.
Aha. Boy, that's a brave thing to admit on air.
I know. I migrated in the early 90s when it was safe to do so.
No, having been here at the time, I remember like we hated Californians back in the 80s, and technically I am one. Ish.
So I write 1940s. The first book, this one,
The
Me.
Case of the Man of Ash.
Yeah. It follows. It starts in 1942. It takes place over the course of I do believe I set it up for a few weeks. Detective Booth is investigating a case in 1942 Oregon.
Supernatural investigation detective.
Eventually, not forthwith in the writing process. Kind of a individual coming into the supernatural world, viewed everything more like left brain, pretty much as it is. Was a police officer, served in World War I, etc., and really sees the world as it is, and is beginning to see that there might be more than meets the eye.
And so what got you, how long have you been writing and what got you into it?
How long have I been writing published?
Well, I mean, every writer, I suppose, has probably written, written some.
A million words.
Yeah.
Millions
Right.
of words that just
But
got
like,
crumbled up and yeah.
I mean, but like, what kind of got you?
That's a good question. So in the beginning of 2020, I was laid off because of, well, I think a lot of people were. I was not an essential worker. I'm a welder fabricator, and they didn't need so many people during that time. And I got laid off, and I was laid off for a few months. And I figured now would be a good time to put all these bits and pieces together. And I put it into one novelette, and it built from there.
And now here you are. So is this all that you do now full time? Have you completely converted?
No. I work full time as a welder down in Staten, Oregon. And I write.
In the human world, making all those steel things, which they say that the Fae are allergic to.
Probably.
All right. So tonight, what book are we going to hear from?
I went ahead and grabbed the Case of the Man of Ash. This is the one that your giveaway is getting.
Okay. And so
I will not read out of this book because I don't like cracking the spine. I don't do that to people. So I will read digitally. And so everything I have is Kindle or print. Okay. If you have it printed from Amazon, it's going to take a little while to get to you because they're print on demand.
I know some of our people like audio versions of books. Do you have that available, or do they need to get the Kindle version and have it read it to them?
That would be wonderful, but no, I don't have any audio versions available as of yet.
The man.
Good question.
Man of Ash.
The Case of the Man of Ash.
The Case of the Man. Okay, so before you get started here, real quick, just so everybody in the audience knows how this works. Basically, BT is going to read to us here for a little bit, and during the course of that reading, if you guys have questions that you want us to ask them after they are done reading, please put those questions into the chat. And when they are done reading, then we will pull them up on screen and ask the questions. And then we will, as you know, obviously, we'll have one of those books for a drawing next week, and then we'll go from there. So with that said, are you ready for me to turn the screen over to you for the readings?
Wesley Gallup asked a question about digital downloads. If you have the Kindle app, you can get it digitally through the Kindle store. That's basically all I have available. Due to the fact that Amazon works really well for independent publishers like myself. Yeah.
All right.
How long would you like me to read for?
Usually 15 to 20 minutes.
It's like the whole book almost.
You must be a very fast reader.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll read real slow.
All right.
All right. This begins. Chapter 1. Wednesday, mid-afternoon. The dreams began again. Not the ones falls asleep. The ones that shimmer into this world like heat rising from hot pavement. No, not dreams, not really. Nightmares. Horrors of dust and ash, fire and smoke. Every morning I woke drenched in sweat. Twice now, I have fallen to the floor during the night terrors. More like my own body was trying to escape the chaos and void buried in my subconsciousness by throwing itself to the ground. Not to mention the bruises on my abdomen, to which I blamed on the falls. While there was nothing I could have hit on the way down the sofa, in my office is not exactly a high tower. The abdominal bruising must have been from some associated trauma. The rent was due, and I didn't have money to pay it off. The landlord had a soft spot for war veterans, as well as for those who worked at the local police department. He had a harder time with patience for me. I was not merely late this month, I was perpetually late. It isn't expensive, simply $50 a month for an office space on the second floor, a room I transformed from a studio apartment to my office. The frosted glass insert in the door read Alexander Booth, private investigator. In this area, there were about 3 other private detectives who worked in the private sector. I also worked at the local police department off and on for jobs they simply did not have the manpower for. Small jobs, odd jobs. Little did I know, the oddest job was about to knock on my door. She was a dame, with the straightest posture and positively the tallest woman I'd ever seen. The regal air embodied by the woman was not simply distracting, it was overwhelmingly so. Her shimmering red hair flowed in a cascade of gentle locks and curls. She stood in my doorway. When she'd opened the door, I cannot recall. At some point, I must have looked up from the folder on my desk. We locked eyes long enough for the fire in her green scrutiny gaze to penetrate in my soul and set to torment, a modicum of unexplainable anguish. I could see something did not only trouble her, there was something deep, and something quite startling. Detective Booth? Her voice was soft, like crushed cashmere wool, and warmer than a stoked fire in the dead of winter. I am. Of course I am. What kind of answer was that? The door announced my name before anyone stepped through the threshold. How can I help, ma'am? Miss, she corrected, tilting her head down and slightly to the right. Her eyes focused on a piece of lint on the shoulder of her blue kitty foil dress. Yes, miss, what can I do for you? Her gaze, lost focus, seemed to drift. The moments of time it took for her reply felt as if eons drifted by unnoticed and undocumented. In her left hand hung a man's briefcase. Her knuckles had long since turned white from the tight grip. The leather was tattered and torn in the front, revealing a harder material underneath, as if it had been dropped several times, or maybe dragged along a rough road. I could see a tear on the lower left-hand section, and a yellowish cloth had worked itself out enough to peek. I could barely make out the paisley print on the fabric, along with the darker brown, maybe rust-stained section. My intuition felt that whatever was in that briefcase would be the most important clue for me to start a long-awaited case. I motioned her for her to come in and pointed absently at the adjacent chair across from me. She looked to the chair and stood next to it for a moment, and I had moved the folder out of the way and grabbed my notepad. Excuse me. She did not take the offered seat. Instead, she stood looking down at me, as if she was analyzing my notepad and the organized chaos I call my desk. She sat the briefcase down, and I looked at it. She reached down absent-mindedly, played with a loose bit of leather for a second, perhaps thoughtfully trying to begin. This belonged to my uncle. It was all that was found near him. She sobbed then. There was a slight sniffle, enough that her body shook from it, and a solitary tear rolled down her rosy cheek. She continued to look down and fidget. He has disappeared. Have you filed a report with the police? I asked. They simply say that he did not disappear, but took off. They say that he maybe left to come here to Portland to get away from the coast. They also believe he might have gone to Seattle. I know he didn't run away. He's disappeared, been taken. Well, this certainly would be an interesting case. How many? I beg pardon, the look of confusion swept across her face like waves breaking upon the sand. How many other detectives did you ask before you came to me? No, none. She slid a business card across my desk. Lieutenant Frank, over at the police office sent me here. He told me you were the detective to see. Is this jurisdiction, or this would be out of their jurisdiction. I said, all right, please have a seat. Let's begin with any details you can give me. She sat quietly for a moment and began to tell me how she came to discover her relation was missing, named Giuseppe Miller. The briefcase, which had belonged to her uncle. She looked down at it frequently. As she poured out the details regarding her uncle, she had come up from Seaside by train and was looking to take over her uncle's estate that he had grown old. He had written to her concerning his investments in some of the local fish canneries and wanted to make sure someone could manage his portfolio. She had arrived merely 3 days ago and had procured a room at a hotel and went to find her uncle. She found his house. She tried his house and the local businesses, but no one had seen the man in a couple of days. She tried to ask the police, but they said they would file a missing persons report. That was yesterday, according to her tale. She even went so far as to explain trying to get into the man's house only to find it locked. However, she discovered a key out back under the foot of a wood-carved otter on the porch. The only thing out of place in the house was the briefcase she found on the kitchen table, which was now in her possession. She says, that's all I found, and the police don't think he's missing, Detective Booth. He did go on adventures from time to time, but I don't think he would have left knowing I was going there to check on him. I have a fee, and my rates are dependent upon the hours I dedicate to your case. I can pay whatever you need. She pulled a folded envelope from her pocket and passed it to me. Will you leave me with that briefcase? I pointed at it on the table. Then picking up the envelope, it felt heavy and full. Her hands and arms had been idly tracing the delicate lines and the leather accents on the otherwise black leather case. Says, yes, and you can have a key to his house and anything that you need. She stood up. Would you like me to go through it with me? Help me identify and catalog the items. I don't know what they are. I simply remember that case always being a part of him. Anytime he came down to visit, he always had that briefcase. She sighed and moved and opened the latches. After an audible click, she opened the lid. I was not entirely sure what to expect either. The reverence she seemed to care for the piece seemed extraordinary, and she opened it and stumbled back, tripped on the chair, landing on its cushion. To be honest, that kind of reaction was a bit odd and completely unexpected. I turned to the case, and I could see the contents. The yellow fabric peeking out seemed to be the lining of the case. This fabric, too, was torn, tattered. However, all I could see inside was a glass cylinder, a journal of some kind, and a framed photograph. I lifted the photo and carefully examined it. There were 3 people in the image, a man, a woman, and a small child. The background looked like the Natorium of Bay Ocean, which had closed back in 1932. I had been there once before, just after the First Great War. A resort town, probably not built in the best place. The man in the image had on an 8-panel hat and a greatcoat. The woman wore a day dress, and her hair was done up in finger waves. And the little girl also wore a day dress. You said this was all you found near him? I traced the lines of the frame with my index finger, looking at her to answer my question. She might have thought I was not paying attention, yet I was. Finding out if she had found the body of her uncle in his house was more important. I don't know. I saw this on the table. I saw clothes on the chair. The hat he always wore sat brim up on the table, and a shirt crumpled in his pants, half on the chair. Shoes under the table and tied, with socks in them. It was as if he was wearing them before he disappeared. I could only assume the clothes were all that was left of him. She shook her head as if trying to clear an image. I have heard it said that humans have a particular way of cataloging things they see but cannot explain. Presumably, the conscience protects itself from revealing some unseen thing. At least, that is what some people who end up in the asylum rant about for hours. Sane people, normal people, real people don't see things that are not real. Thus, when she had explained to me what she had just said must have had a reasonable explanation. I will have to come and look through his home with your permission. She nodded then, and as I picked up the glass cylinder, I held it in my hands. Felt lighter than the size would imply. It was maybe 7 inches in length and half that in diameter. Something inside began to swirl. Sand devil flared to life on the beach. She gasped then, and I had looked up from the puzzling, churny, smoking chaos within, made eye contact with her. Well, it seemed like I did. From my side of the desk, mere feet away, I could have sworn her eyes had turned completely black. So the whites, iris, and pupil were simply replaced with shadow. Even her face looked wrong, as if someone had molded it of clay. That's what I thought I noticed. But once I blinked, she was looking at me quizzically. I'd shut the case and stood up. Somehow, the briefest of moments, I realized, or forgot, what I was supposed to be doing, and I remember holding the cylinder, and then nothing. Let me write you a receipt of these items. Using an item description form, I wrote down a description of the briefcase, the contents, and took a quick photograph using my camera. I handed the lady a carbon copy and placed the original in a file. She nodded at me. You have my contact information and where I am staying. Should you need anything more, feel free to contact me. I must have said something that encouraged this response. I politely thanked her for her time, and she moved to leave my office. And out of formality and perhaps punctuality, most likely from a sense of being taken back by her looks, I had forgotten her name. I had asked, and she replied, Kerwin, Emily Kerwin. We can stop there if you want.
That was about 10 minutes. And if you would like to stop there, then we can. If you would like to read a little bit more, you can feel free to do so.
Okay, I can cheat and go all the way to the end of the book.
No!
It is up to
Don't you dare.
It's up to you where you would like to read
I'm
from.
kidding. That's terrible. That'd be the epilogue, wouldn't it? That's the beginning. That's the end of chapter 1, and chapter 2 begins, and that's another 5,000 words.
Happens.
Lots of more stuff.
Stuff happens.
Well,
All right,
I'm
going to bring us back together here.
Presumably
Yes.
twice as much stuff happens in chapter 2 as in chapter 1.
A whole nother 17,000 words happen.
So the stuff in chapter 2 happens after chapter 1?
What's that? I'm sorry?
17,000 words in one chapter?
No, for the rest of the novelette.
Oh, that makes better sense.
Well, I can't count. It's okay.
That's not true.
I'm not Robert Jordan here. I'm not writing
I'm the one
17,000
who
word
can't
chapter.
count.
Yes, we do
Robert
have
Jordan died.
some questions. Did he really? I don't know.
Oh my God! Really?
I don't know how old he is.
Spoiler
Well,
about J.R.
now he's dead old. So.
Turns out
What?
Tolkien is also dead. Wait until I tell you about like
Who's
Ray
Tolkien?
Bradbury.
Wow.
I'm just trying to make Morbid lose his mind.
It's not hard.
Doing a good job, really.
Yeah.
I know, Tolkien is the one who wrote ElfQuest, right?
Yep.
So there's currently 3 books in the series, and it's all detective. Damn it!
I'm pretty sure Detective Dammit is not his name.
It's muted.
I swear to God I was paying attention, but like, oh, you're muted. Or the
No,
author's
you're muted. Well, I'm not muted. Nobody is muted.
No, I can't hear
Ion
the
is
author.
muted. Oh.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
his
yeah.
microphone
DT
stopped
got
working.
muted.
Let's give him a couple of minutes to see if we can get back to it. Otherwise, a bunch of
First
questions he
word
won't
sounds
go into.
like.
Now,
Oh, wait, do that again.
am I here now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry, but my Bluetooth decided to disconnect just the microphone.
Of course
Yeah.
it did, because it was question time, right? So
Right.
okay.
So there's currently 3 novelettes in the series.
Yes.
Do you have plans for more? Like, do you have sort of a roadmap for how many books you're thinking, or is it just kind of a? Or what's your plan? Damn it! Sorry.
Your sound has gone away again. Okay, we're waiting.
It disconnects when you take out your earbuds, or it goes to mute when you take out your earbuds. If you type anything into the chat, I'll read it out loud because we can't currently hear you. Oh, there was a noise there briefly. Okay.
That was a strange noise. It sounded weird and watery. Now you're on mute. Can we unmute you? There you go. Yay, now we hear you.
Okay, we'll see if this.
Nope. I don't know where you went, but now we can't hear you again.
I don't think Portland has the internet yet.
It's too backwards for the internet. Is that what you're saying? There's not enough food trucks that need internet.
Yeah.
I don't understand what happened between the question and the answer. Like, there was sound, and then right when the answer starts, no sound.
By the way, don't worry. We've all had technical difficulties. Your shirt looks great.
It happens to a quarter of men, apparently. That's all.
Dude.
Technical difficulties. Is that what they're calling it?
On a scale of 1 to Flora. Okay.
On a scale of 1 to, is it past 8:30?
Okay.
It is past 8:30.
I know. Way to just
goodness.
dive in there, Ion.
I feel so sorry, BT. I feel so bad for you, but technical difficulties happen. If you have any final thoughts, you can type them into our chat.
Yeah, we'll read the answers if you put them in the chat and put them on the screen. So the question was, oh, there, I heard you just then.
Okay.
You sound slightly underwater, but that's better.
Let's hope this works.
It seems to be
All right,
working so
quick,
far.
answer all the questions.
So I have
And we
3
start
books.
with the ones that are in the comments, not the ones from us in the show. Morbid.
Plans for the future.
Yes, 3 books.
Yep. 3
I
books.
have 1 at the editor, and I have 2 currently in print or currently in brainstorm, and then I have a 7th book that'll conclude the story.
7. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They sound like a whole lot. They're novelettes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that means up to 40,000 words, right?
20-ish.
Oh, 20-ish. Okay.
Math is hard.
It is.
That's not math. It's just, what? There was
Your face is math.
Well, no, it's pretty much not. Let's
All
see.
right.
So
Show questions.
There seem to be some clear film noir influences. What are some of your favorite influences for your work?
This is going to be terrible because Maltese Falcon, everybody knows that one. But I actually spent a lot of time watching 1940s, 50s noir movies on YouTube to help me understand the time period a little bit better. And I like the Femme Fatale. The 40s is a little bit more. I don't have the technology and all those fancy things either.
So why did you choose that particular time period?
Well, right up during World War, so this is during World War II, land site here in the United States, and I felt that the world was really changing in those times. There's a lot of things coming new and things old passing away, and we would see, the beginning of a whole new form of life here, United States, maybe even the world. And I figured that what would be more entertaining than to take somebody in the 1940s here, watch, 42, the United States is getting involved in the war, all the way through to the ending in 1947, and all of the things that had gone on during those times. But from an isolated area, specifically, the Northwest. No, my main character is not influenced by anybody particular. I formulated and created a character that would be able to interact with the world in a way that wouldn't raise too many questions. Not a lot of people in the 40s would really question a private investigator knocking at their door or giving them a phone call, etc., or traveling here and there across the state. And I really like the involvement of a private detective and being able to just ask questions without having real oversight. It's a good question. What is my favorite Lovecraft story? Yes, there is a lot of Lovecraftian influence. I really like looming darkness, looming chaos, something just kind of outside. And I find for H.P. Lovecraft, I would say my favorite story that I borrowed quite a bit from actually would be The Case of Charles Dexter Ward. Good question.
Does Lolly know she's on mute?
No, I just said I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. Let's see. Have I been on mute this whole time?
Yes.
No.
Probably.
From the
Oh my
beginning of the
God.
show.
Yep.
Let's see. Can you give us some hints? Oh, no, we got the future plans for that one. That was Count Morbid.
Oh,
Swiped the question.
I can answer Count Morbid's question. He asked about other scenes at your Portland or Northwest landmarks. The investigate.
Yeah.
Shanghai Tunnels make an appearance in book 4, which is currently under edit. I have book 1 here, which I was reading from. He actually is going from Portland, Oregon to Warrenton, Oregon. Warrenton is outside of, Astoria? Kind of a little Innsmouth kind of town.
By the way, no joke. I went to Astoria like 20 years ago with an ex, and we were positive that everyone in Astoria had the Innsmouth look.
Yeah,
Like-
you don't
like-
think
like
that
we
maybe
looked at
you had like pre-funked your brain for that, right? Like you get
Well,
there, you're
no. I mean, like Sally and I both looked around and went, "My God, everyone in Astoria is definitely half descended from fish people." Like everyone had the like we straight up like looked at everyone and went, "They worship the old gods in the bay, don't they?" Like it was notable.
It's in the mouth of the Columbia River.
It was amazing. Sorry.
So, how long did it take you to write a novelette?
The Case of the Man of Ash took about 6 months to write. The second one took almost a year. That has to do with because I went back to work. And then book 3 took about 6 months. Yeah, good questions.
Okay, and then we have. And no, I didn't realize I was on mute earlier. Let's see. We have. Thank you, Andrew. That's awesome. Andrew's buying your books.
Yeah, for some silly reason, my Amazon account only showed book 1 and 2. I don't know what's going on. I don't seem to have any control with Amazon.com. But if you Google The Case of the Man of Oak. That's the third one. It'll give you the Amazon page. I don't know why it's not on my profile. Once again, this is an Amazon publishing issue, not me.
Are all the books?
That question is out of line. Do you have any scenes in Portland's Shanghai tunnels?
That will be, that's in book 4 or book 5. I think I'm working book 4, book 5. Shanghai tunnels. Something kind of spooky.
I actually don't know what the Shanghai tunnels are, but they sound kind of cool.
Wait, really? I actually thought you'd been.
No, I've been to the Seattle Underground, but I don't think I've...
Similar, I think.
Kind of same, yeah.
I haven't been there either, but it's the same thing. There's some underground tunnels. I believe that there's there is an old Victorian house on one side of the river by the 26 Pal Bridge that apparently there's a tunnel from it across the river or under the river specifically. We also had an old Camarilla game site that actually had like a glass cover over one of the tunnels. But yeah, there are some secret tunnels under Portland that occasionally I think they do tours of.
Yes.
So, and then your follow-up kind of to that was any other scenes at major Portland and Northwest landmarks?
Yes. So I'll explore Warrington, Oregon. I always goof this one up. Halloween Town, Oregon.
Oh, St. Helens.
Oh, St. Helen.
Right.
St. Helen.
Book two, The Case of the Man of Fire, is a story about possible spontaneous human combustion in St. Helens, Oregon. And then book 3, Detective Booth finds himself going down to Turner, Oregon.
Okay, is spontaneous human combustion possible, Ion? Ion is our science expert. He studies the Muggle sciences.
Spontaneous is probably not the right word for it. Human combustion is possible. Spontaneous is
everything can burn.
By the way, just because I'm a theater nerd, is Detective Booth any relations to the Booth acting family?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
The what?
Well, I mean, the Booth acting family had several prominent members in England, and then they also had the one slightly better known member,
John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah.
The slashy, the model / actor, John Wilkes Booth.
Wait, what?
Zoolander.
The person that shot the Abraham Lincoln
actor
was an actor and a model.
You've seen Zoolander, right?
The secrets are inside the computer.
Yeah, but I don't remember that from Zoolander.
So anyway. But yeah, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Okay, so sorry, the question was no relation.
I do not get whatever joke is happening right now. I'm sorry.
I needed a strong,
joke, but I don't get it.
I needed a strong first name and a good last name in 1940. Someone who was born maybe in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So I used a random name generator. Cheated.
I apologize. I didn't catch his first name.
Alexander.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Right.
Well, I guess at least it wasn't Derek. Zoolander.
No. No. Bad lolly. No.
Okay, so thank you so much for reading to us tonight, BT. Now, a copy of the book, The Case of the Man of Ash, is what is going to be up for this week's drawing.
Well,
and that's,
I have 2 things.
Oh, 2 things. Okay.
Yeah. Can that be seen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me embiggen you really quick.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I contacted an artist who does Lovecraftian style artwork. He likes my stuff too. Asked him if I could steal one of his paintings digitally. So I have a digital picture. And on the back is a short story that I probably will not publish. that is fitted to the scene.
A little bit of a bonus content there on the back of a picture. That is very cool. I actually took a look at the picture right before the show when well, maybe it was actually earlier this afternoon, but what is time? And I noticed that on the two poles that are on the docks there, each one of those poles has what looks like Nordic rune inscriptions. Do you know what those say?
Nope.
A question for the artist.
That would be a question for the artist. I'll have to ask.
Yes, so we do need you guys. Now is the time for our audience to put suggestions for the magic word into the comment section for this week. And Ion, will you please start the timer? You guys have until the timer runs out to give me suggestions. This week's magic word, what is it? Go!
By the way, since it's Portland, one of my suggestions is Lovecraft beers.
Lovecraft beers? Like B-I-E-R-S or B-E-E-R-S?
No, like craft beers, but Lovecraft beers.
Yeah, craft beers are really popular in Portland.
Does she know she's muted again? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be quiet while people are putting their suggestions. That says Lovecraft bears.
Wait, did I?
Well, no. That's what I like it.
I like Chicken Mafia.
Oh man. Just think, Flora, when you finally complete your certificate, your first certificate of rank, you'll be a dame. Oh no, we lost our author. Where'd he go?
Yes. When she finally becomes a dame after all the hard work that she's done, but like after some other random person became a dame.
More hard work than you've done, Morbid.
I have seniority.
That means
I've done work over the past 10 years.
By example.
Yeah.
I really need to pull out my thing and see how many.
When you get title, you get to stop doing things.
That's not true.
Is that how it works?
No,
I'm going with that.
Opposite of how it works.
I'm going with that.
No. Oh man, is the timer up, Ion? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to the top, starting here. Okay. BT, you are the author, of course, and so you get to choose from all of these suggestions which one you like the best, and that will be this week's magic word. So here we go. We have Lovecraft beers and gumshoe, Shanghai tunnels, Innsmouth look. Let's see, just Shanghai, and then Lovecraft bears and Chicken Mafia.
That's my favorite.
We have Ashman. I would like a corner booth, please. Let's see, Shanghai.
This sounds like a slightly racist high school.
Wow. Man,
you started it, Lolly, by derailing the
I
bell.
did not start racist.
Derailing the bell.
No, that was
I
not
suggested
me
hatch
at
the
all.
bell. It would have been cute
gosh.
chicken stuff all night long, but no, derailed. Didn't
John
stick with the hatch.
Wilkes,
Introduce me last.
Mother Cluckers, and Chimkin Horrors. And let's see, Morbid has tenure was not a. That's just calling him old. Let's see. Let's see.
I have one that is a typo that I corrected.
Is it
like I wasn't actually suggesting
the
them
timer
to
is already up. So that leaves it now up to BT. Which of these suggestions do you prefer to be this week's magic word?
You could, of
Let's
course,
do
also
Lovecraft beers.
Lovecraft beers. That
Do that.
is it then. All right. So for those of you watching at home that may be unfamiliar with how this process works, I'm looking for the magic word right now. Oh, whatever. I'm just going to find the banner and put it in there. Meh. The way this works is not during the show, not in the current chat right now, but after the show, only on YouTube, not on Facebook, and not on Twitch. You want to go to YouTube and put into the comments the magic word, which is Lovecraft Beers, and you will be entered then automatically to win in next week's drawing. Next week's drawing for this book. Let's see. Let me get this up here for you guys so you can see it. Okay.
Lolly, are there other ways to enter?
Yes. Oh my God. I wish you guys would stop doing that now. Like, time to stop. It's been like 3 months, 4 months. I don't know. It's been a long time. Time to stop. Okay. Yes.
We get it. We get it. We'll stop helping you with things. We get it.
You don't help me with anything anyway. So no, I mean, let's see. Yeah, you help me not have a self-esteem. Let's see. The other 2 ways to get entries actually are to join the Patreon and or join the YouTube channel. You can do both. Each one of them will get you an additional entry to win a copy of this book. And those entries actually are for every single drawing that we do here on the show. And you guys, you don't have to be present to win. We will contact you after the show if your name gets drawn for anything that we do. And then I also want to say, with regards to that as well, if you do join the Patreon this month, we also have this special. You get the cool little cup covers with the straw hole in it as well, which is our special gift for new and upgraded patrons. So woohoo, double the prizes, right? So that's what we've got going on today. Lovecraft Beers is the magic word. And with that said, is there anything you would like to say to our audience before we let you go tonight, BT? You're on mute. There you
Thank you for, hello, thank you, and good night.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes, and this is the time now where basically chaos reigns free here on the channel as you guys get to talk amongst yourselves while I try to find a news article for us to read.
And again, as always, we have to talk and fill space, but not be so interesting that we distract Lolly.
What is a chimkin?
It's like a chicken crossed with a chimpanzee.
No, it isn't. Liar.
Of course it's not. Jesus Christ, that's not a thing. What's wrong with you?
I don't know, but genetic engineering is a thing, right?
Well, that would explain you. Look at the damn articles, Lolly. Stop participating in the goddamn conversation and look at the articles. There was a swear word in my head, but just look at the damn articles. Do not participate in the damn conversation. Do not get distracted.
I do what I want. Nope.
Leave those CRISPR possibilities to us.
Is that Flora's D&D character sheet?
Did you really just say leave the CRISPR possibilities to you? Is that what you just said?
Flora, you're on mute.
Am I the only one who even got the CRISPR joke? I mean,
I'm actually talking for once and I'm on mute. Really?
Well, I got the joke. Har. It's a terrible, terrible pun.
Yes, we know what CRISPR is.
You.
Okay, Flora's talking. Shut up.
Thank you.
No, I'm going to shut you up. Oh my God.
I know I've done 2 level
damn articles, woman.
I need two level 1s. I know I've done my Noble Pursuit-ish. And then level 4 and 5 quests.
2 level 1s, a level 4.
I'm just waiting for you to mail them out.
I have to go do a number 1 quest right now.
Oh my God.
Mail it out. And then I can level up. Mail it.
Ah! Quit shaking it at me. I feel so much stress.
Then she can
I'm
be
actually
damn
planning
Flora.
to mail out a bunch of things.
Oh my gosh.
To the quest tomorrow.
If you keep waving in front of the camera, she'll never get to reading the article.
Go for your level 1 quest, Morbid. Get out of here. Quit coming back to talk to.
And then I have all these little tiny quests, and I need another
If we really want to distract Lolly, we can just jangle keys in front of her. Maybe a laser pointer.
Shut up.
I'm legit trying to level up here, people. I don't care if she reads articles. I need to know. Why I still have these left.
Well, I'm pretty sure you've done all those noble pursuits.
Me too.
So.
And I actually thought I had one and glued it on, and I can't find it.
I started doing everybody's tallies of things from Apple Bash last night, and so I will have that finished here in the next week. And next week on FAE News, I will be able to announce who got the absolute most points at Apple Bash, so that I can give away the cool Dragon Egg prize.
Where's
Very
the
cool.
envelope? I put this in. Anyone seen the envelope?
How would we have seen your little thing?
I don't know. Maybe somebody saw me randomly set it in a weird spot. That's not supposed
Sure,
to be.
somebody has seen her little thing.
Whoa. Well, did you take us in the bathroom with you? Why does your voice sound so weird?
Why does your voice sound so weird?
It sounds like you're in a closet. Oh my god. I would boot you off this show. How inappropriate.
Yes,
I see that you're in your room, but you know.
I was gonna say you can literally see me, you psychopath. I was literally on camera.
That's right.
You
I'm a
freaking
psychopath
lunatic.
because I'm like, I kicked Morbid off the YouTube channel, and that makes me a psychopath. That's my claim to fame. I just use the kick button. I have one article. I need to find another one.
I need to find my envelope. I just had it.
In order for your the power level, you need to find your envelope.
Pretty much.
Do you often lose your envelope? Or?
Yeah.
Have you checked inside your package?
I'll
What are you even looking
just
for?
slip it. The envelope that I had that in, it like magically disappeared into this giant thing that I keep all my stuff in. I'm organized, see?
I mean,
Clearly.
let's see. Don't care about Choco Tacos.
We already
La
did
la
that.
la la la. Did
They
we
don't
do the
care
Choco
about you
Tacos?
I don't think we actually read it. I think it was just a submission. Actually, don't listen to me, because I look through them all and put them in there, so I automatically think that we've already looked at them because I've seen them before. So I'll just be quiet.
Right. Exactly.
We've already done that.
Like ever since I ran that show, I've had the same problem. Like I've seen all these articles, right? And so like I think we did that one. No, we didn't.
No, we just think we did.
This one is for me.
Is it?
Is it pick?
Is it about being late?
It is, and I don't know how much I'm gonna like it, but I really want to read it. How do I even find something to go along with this? Like, what? Let's see.
You don't have to follow.
Okay.
There's no rule.
No, I do. Here we go.
No rules, just right.
Here we go. Article number 1. Woman gets iced out of friend group for giving her always late girls the wrong time. Versus TikTok. I'm a behavior expert, and there is a real reason that some people are always late. So if you would like to hear about the chick getting iced out, press number 1, the late chick getting iced out. And if you would like to hear about the real reason that some people, are always late, then
First step is admitting you have a
2.
problem.
I always say this. It's not a secret. Please, Ion, start the timer. I'm just saying.
That first article is not the girl who's late who's being iced out. It's she's being iced out because all the other girls are late.
Yes. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm not late if like Ion travels with me. He has magic time powers.
That is not true.
It is too. Like one time, Ion and I were going to the opera in the human realm, and we were going to go see Don Giovanni at Halloween, because that's an appropriate Halloween opera. And we literally arrived at like butts in seats as the lights went down and the doors closed. I mean, to the minute, which wouldn't have happened if it had just been me. I know it. He has to use his magic powers. Shut up.
Oh, shut up when you're on time.
I was on time to that opera. I'm never going to be on time for you. I'm going to always be late.
No, Ion was on time. You were collateral damage.
Wow. Dude.
The timer's run out.
Oh, wait. We have a tie. We have 1 vote for 2 and 1 vote for 1. And okay, Flora, which one do you want to hear?
I already forgot. Just maybe 2. Yes.
Morbid. That makes 3 votes for 2 and 2 votes for 1. So number 2 wins. And let's see. Dang,
This way we can find out why some people are always late.
Why are some people always
That was
late? I'm probably not going to like this. Here we go. Can you guys see it? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So, if you're always running late, then the good news is that it might not actually be your fault, experts have claimed.
Okay. Come on, let's read the first article. You guys are my friends. Let's see. While being late, you. I wouldn't harass you if I didn't love you.
I feel like that's no. I feel like that's
For the record,
language of abusers, right? I only hate you because I love you.
I would harass you if I didn't love you.
You harass me anyway. While being late to most people is seen as a negative trait and bad-mannered, experts have said that it isn't actually the case. Psychotherapist Somia Zaman, who specializes in cognitive behavioral therapy and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, said that when people are late, it's not that they are deliberately trying to do it or that they don't care about other people's feelings. She explained that some people are just natural-born optimists who believe that they are able to successfully manage everything in their hectic schedules. Somia said that these people are often referred to as overschedulers and will often pack too much into one day. She added that these people are even more likely to be late if they are chatty types, as they are more likely to overrun.
Is it just me or could I have written this article?
Are you?
Or wants to suddenly hear it some more. As they are more likely to overrun, making them late for their next appointment or meeting. But these people aren't always happy to be running around like a headless chickens, and often, I hate that, that's a typo, like a headless chicken, and often have issues saying no to things, Somia said. Some overschedulers are people who have trouble saying no, fearing they may offend someone or miss out on an important opportunity, FOMO. What does that mean?
I'm starting to realize that
fear of missing out.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a sales technique if you're missing out on a sale or something.
So I'm starting to suspect that this article was definitely written by somebody who's always late and who is like, oh, it's not hypothetical persons who are always late. They're late because they're awesome. So like this was definitely written by somebody who's late to things.
They were probably late submitting the draft for this article. In this case, their unrealistic plans for the day are a reflection of their worries rather than their excitement. But Somia says that others fully embrace their lateness, just like Kanye West did in his 2007 Stronger track, where he tells listeners, y'all should be honored by my lateness. Soumya says that people with these personalities often are self-fulfilling prophecy types. This, she said, is when a person has made lateness almost part of their personal brand and doesn't even feel like they have to try to be on time anymore, as it's what people have come to expect from them. She said that people who are late can also be procrastinators. This group of people often find themselves occupied with doing something else, pushing back the task they actually need to do. With this group, there may be some element of executive dysfunction, but they might also be struggling with some level of anxiety, which makes the transition of leaving one place for another difficult for them. Another expert said that for some people, being late is all down to how the individual has been brought up. Blame it on the parents. Yes, that's right. When it comes to lateness, some people may develop this trait from their parents. For example, if they didn't grow up with a mom and dad in the house, and one parent would pick them up late every weekend, this could translate into adult life. Time management expert and director of the One Moment Company, Carmel Moore, said this can go either way. This blows my mind. This seems like this person is doing some kind of a charlatan card reading. Well, right. The cards could mean
well,
this.
The result could be this. Yeah. The result could encompass all of human activity. Either way.
That's what I'm trying to say. She said, if you had a parent who is always late picking you up from school, then you might be over punctual. This spells trouble for anyone else in your team, as if they are late, they could be regarded as an underperformer, she said. Another thing to consider is that not everyone's brains work in the same way. Soumya added that people who have conditions such what?
Well, it's about your upbringing. The wolves who raised you, did they tend to be on time or late?
I wasn't raised by wolves.
I mean,
unless you're referring to yourself as a wolf, you've been around that long, right? You know that you were there for that, right? You were one of the biggest influences. How could you not be? I was surrounded
I'm a bad influence.
One of them was you. Yes. I never said you were a good influence.
So's your face.
My face is definitely a good influence.
Why aren't you reading the article?
Why were you interrupting me?
Ladies, you're both pretty.
Has this been derailed?
It has.
What's your face?
I feel like every time somebody says derailed, everybody needs to make sure that they pressed the like button. Okay, Soumya added that people who have conditions such as autism or ADHD find time management hard. She said the poor timing keeping. Somebody did not proofread this article very well.
They were submitted. They were submitted late. They didn't have time to proofread it.
Often sits alongside struggling to organize things and losing items. You can tell it was written by a British person, though, because they spelled organize with an S. So if you do have one friend who's always late.
So every time I misspell things, I'm just going to say I'm British.
I could also tell it was written. I could also tell it was written by a British person because the article is from The Sun.
I picked up when they said "mama."
If you do have a friend who's always late, there are things that you can do to help. Get them their own personal leprechaun, for starters. Remember,
I was going to say, does anyone here have a friend who's always late? Show of hands. Does anyone here
have you ever felt personally victimized by Lolly's lateness? Raise your hand.
Does anyone here?
I can't believe that that's the direction this has gone. It's not. Do I feel victimized by the fact that you are literally mocking me? This whole article is just a venue for you to an avenue for you to make fun of me for the last 15 minutes, maybe 5. But
it's been longer than 15 minutes.
You're like,
I assure you,
this whole
it's been
thing
longer
is
than
making
15
fun
minutes.
of me. But then Flora's response is, "Are you guys victimized by us making fun of Lolly being late all the time?"
Well,
no.
Does anyone here have a friend who's always late?
Oh goodness, my cheeks hurt.
Well, we're not friends, Morbid.
Oh no, I wasn't raising my hand.
Yeah. Let's see. If you do have one friend who is always late, there are things that you can do to help. Remember that there might be a reason they are late and that they could be feeling overwhelmed. Ask if there is any way that you could help or support them. That is the most terrible ending to an article. It's only terrible. It's only more terrible when the articles are so short that they're like, weird thing happened, no explanation and no more
Or
context.
this weird picture, and it doesn't include the picture.
You are such you are such an article length queen.
A little bit, but I wouldn't actually say that that's totally true, because if you give me a baking article where it's 5 pages of my summer camp story that one time when I was 12 before we get to the recipe,
just show me the recipe.
Exactly, just show me the money.
Show me the money shot.
You know, that's what yeah. Next article. You guys talk amongst yourselves now.
Yes, again,
is that when the frosting goes on?
Everyone, welcome to the part of the show. Welcome to the part of the show where Lolly yells at us if we are quiet and yells at us if we talk.
Welcome to the part of the show that's basically R-rated.
I'm still wearing pants currently.
I'm not.
Ion, how's your pants situation?
What?
Stop listening, Lolly, and read the damn article. Sorry, Ion, what was the answer? I was distracted because Lolly wasn't doing it.
Indeterminate. If I look, then it'll settle into a state, and I don't want that to happen.
Is it
Schrodinger's pants.
Is this like Schroeder? Is this like Schrodinger's trouser snake?
Let's see here.
I just can't tonight, you guys.
You know, there's a hole at the bottom of the pumpkin that you can fit a candle in.
Okay, here we go.
You're telling me there's a hole at the bottom?
Thank God, Lolly.
I don't even know what they're talking about right now. Like, I stopped.
You left me with boys. Please save me.
I'm not a boy. I'm a man-child.
Well, so speaking of Flora's adventures in the chicken coop with rats earlier this evening,
is that
article number one is giant rats the size of rabbits could turn up in British gardens within weeks. Versus ROUSs? I don't think they exist. Yes. Versus 21 bunnies and other strange rabbit-type creatures in SFF. What's SFF?
Sci-fi and fantasy?
Oh, it's Tor.com, so that seems like a good guess. Okay, so yes, article number one, ROUSs. Article number 2, 21 bunnies and strange rabbit-type creatures. Ion, please start the timer.
That you can have sex with.
What? No.
What?
No.
I thought it was implied.
I don't think it was implied at all. I think you just basically wedged it in there.
That's how he does it.
That's how he rolls.
You doomed the show. Derailed. You doomed the show from the very beginning.
I have such a weird boner right now.
I don't know what to say.
Hey kids, alcohol is great. You should try it.
Amanita is asking for an adult.
I'm just wow. I am okay. So this comment right here.
That was like the longest timer known to man.
I'm just saying this comment is bothering me because it says fictional creatures like Mothman and the Jersey Devil, but I feel like Mothman and the Jersey Devil are actual cryptozoological, like real mythical creatures as opposed to fictional. And I feel like there is some kind of
real
yes,
mythical creatures.
but I
Real
feel like
mythical
there's
creatures.
a semantic difference between the two of those, right?
Your
Like-
face is a semantic difference. A semantic
I'm-
difference all over your couch.
No, what? That doesn't even make any sense.
Your face doesn't make sense.
Your face doesn't make sense.
Okay, look, the timer's up.
Timer's been up for a while.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. We've got 2 votes, 3 votes for 2? Is that what I
is
see?
my underwear?
1 vote. What? I'm
What?
not wearing any pants. I'm just saying.
What?
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 I thought there was a whole pants conversation earlier, and I wanted to chime in that I was not wearing any pants.
You were late.
Apparently, we've been advised not to shine a black light at Morbid's castle. His manor is.
Oh
not
yeah,
meant
no,
for
it's like
black
it's like a Jackson Pollock painting in
Oh,
here.
goodness.
Ah! No! No! You take that back. I can't unsee that in my head.
Is there any
I mean, it's
alcohol
not
in my
just
house?
I'm
demon.
traumatized. Oh, yeah, exactly.
For the love of God, Molly,
Why?
just read the article.
Hey, did I mention alcohol is great? Okay.
I wish I had some.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay.
Can you make alcoholic
so-
chickens? Are eggs alcoholic?
You can pickle eggs.
Ew. Sounds kind of gross.
So is your
I'm
face.
supposed to be reading article number 2, right? Dang
Yes.
it! I wanted to hear about the giant rats, the size of rabbits.
I mean, you can just come over and see them.
No.
You know, I love how you created the rules where we vote on the articles and then you're always upset by the vote.
I'm not always upset by the vote.
She isn't always.
I mean, not like 100%, but oh, see, I was talking about Harvey. I was talking about Harvey a few weeks ago. I said that Harvey was joining me, and you guys like didn't believe me.
Well, I don't know what picture number 2 in the middle is here, but that rabbit is
Harvey!
crazy looking.
That's
What?
Harvey,
Harvey. Who's Harvey?
Jimmy
The
Stewart's
rabbit
friend.
that's in the middle picture.
He's a
But
puka.
what's it-
Harvey's a puka.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Oh.
that's actually canonical. He's actually like in the book / movie. He is a puka. Yes.
What's the book / movie?
So he shows up at midnight and you ride him around and it changes your life? That kind of puka?
No, I mean,
No,
What?
that's an Uber.
In this case, not an Uber Earth, but an Uber Hop.
oh man, an
Okay,
Uber hop.
Do you want to know the name of the movie that Harvey is in? Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
It's called Harvey.
No, I've never heard of it.
Sweet fuzzy Christ.
I
ran out of alcohol for when you say stuff like that.
No, I guess you'll have to start the show with a bigger glass. Okay, where were we? Here we go. In folklore of
bottle?
various cultures and ancient civilizations, rabbits have represented a kind of trickster figure. In Chinese, Japanese, and Korean mythology, rabbits live on the moon. Makes perfect sense for some reason. The Aztecs worshipped a group of deities known as the Senzon Tetochkin, a group of 400 hard partying rabbits who were the gods of drunkenness.
Woo!
Who apparently all live at the Playboy Mansion.
And in slightly more recent mythos, bunnies were the bête noire of a certain 1,000-year-old former vengeance demon. Is it like
Buffy.
Donnie Darko?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Anya.
No. What?
No, that's a reference to Buffy. Yeah, Anya was a 1,000-year-old vengeance demon who used to keep bunnies.
They used to kick bunnies?
Oh god. So Anya was afraid of bunnies, and later they did an origin story where it turned out she used to raise bunnies for some reason. But yes, they're it's a weird even I think that's an obscure Buffy the Vampire Slayer reference.
Okay, well, I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer either. So, as we head
Heart attack and die from that surprise. Yes.
As we head into the Easter weekend, I'd like to take a minute to revisit this list, paying tribute to some of the more memorable bunnies and assorted rabbit-like creatures who have hopped, time-traveled, and occasionally slaughtered their way through science fiction and fantasy, beginning in no particular order with everybody's favorite hard-drinking, invisible lagomorph, Harvey.
Lagomorph, by the way, is a fantastic word.
It is. Based on a Pulitzer Prize-winning stage play, Harvey embodies everything strange and brilliant and wonderful about classic Hollywood. Jimmy Stewart stars as a good-natured kook, Elwood P. Dowd, who spends his days at his favorite bar in the company of his best friend, Harvey, an invisible 6-foot, 3 1/2 inch tall talking rabbit. Technically speaking, Harvey is a puka. Oh, what? How have I not seen this movie? I really need to see this. A benign but mischievous creature from Celtic mythology with a pronounced fondness for social misfits. But since he takes the form of a giant rabbit, he totally makes the list. Hey, Ion. Hey, hold on.
How do I not have bunny ears within easy reach of me? I used to have a sexy bunny costume ready to go at all times, but
how dare they leave us unsupervised?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm back. There was a thing. It had to be taken care of, but Ion got it. Okay. Let's see.
Did the cat get a hold of a sword again?
I was going to say cat-related mischief.
No, it wasn't. It was not cat-related mischief. Let's see.
Okay.
So, driven by Stewart's delightful and deeply touching performance, Harvey is a lighthearted comedy with unexpected depths and an inspiring piece of fantasy that celebrates the triumph of a kind-hearted, nonconformist over worldly cynicism and the pressures of respectability. There's going to be 20 of these? Oh my gosh. Okay, 1979's Bunnicula, a rabbit tale of mystery. The Monroe family find a baby rabbit one dark and stormy night during a screening of Dracula. But the family's other...
So this is
mysteriously drained of their juice. The family cat springs into action with the zeal of a crazed feline Van Helsing. Chronicling the adventures of the Monroes through the eyes of Harold, the family dog, the Bunnicula series spun off into 7 books, ending in 2006 with Bunnicula Meets Edgar Allan Poe. Okay. Oh, is that what the Donnie Darko rabbit looks like? God, that's
You've never seen Donnie Darko?
By the way, full disclosure, I have not seen Donnie Darko.
Oh
How
my
is
gosh.
that possible?
How? Okay, we all need to do a FAE.
Contrary to the
Watch
mistakes
party?
that I project, I have not actually consumed the entirety of human pop culture. I am, however, aware that the movie exists, which usually puts me ahead of Lolly.
It's oh.
So that is a creepy looking thing, and I guess I've seen Donnie Darko once, and it was strange and confusing, and so I didn't pay that much attention to it. And then I don't know, maybe I should try watching it again someday to see if I can get it in round 2, but I've never actually seen a frozen image of the Donnie Darko rabbit, and that thing is creepy AF. What the? Oh, yay!
Oh, wait, was that Watership Down?
It was
Watership Down. Yeah.
Watership Downer?
Watership Down is actually probably one of my top 5 favorite books ever. It is the book. None of the movies are good. The book is brilliant. So
that
good.
Explains a lot.
What?
What?
I haven't read the book or seen the movies, so.
I have to click on this. Tim Gender.
Oh, it's an 8-minute clip. You might want to skip ahead.
Yeah, nab it. There.
You skip to the bunny.
Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ!
I've done it again.
I warned you, but did you listen to me? Oh, no, you know, didn't you? Oh.
Got a vicious streak a mile wide.
I'm just saying, Jesus Christ!
Tim the Enchanter.
Yeah. Someone call me Tim. Let's see. Roger Rabbit.
Some people call me Maurice.
I want to read about rabbits that I don't know. The March Hare. Everybody knows about the March Hare. Let's see. Official trailer. Gargantuan mutant killer rabbit. What? Based on the Australian science fiction novel, The Year of the Angry Rabbit, the movie version moved the setting to Arizona, leaving the book's satirical elements behind while retaining the basic premise: giant mutant carnivorous rabbits threatening humans. Released in 1972, Night of the Lepus was a monumental flop, completely panned by critics for its horrible plot, premise, direction, acting, and special effects, and for utterly failing to make.
I think when it's rabbits, it's called floppy. I think it's floppy, not flop when it's rabbit.
A giant floppy.
Yeah. Also, I did not know the Australians even had a written language.
What music?
Terrifying mutant. Out of night.
Really?
Why would they say that's terrible acting?
I'm just saying. Oh, what's this? Dragonfly bunny spirits. Oh, they're so cute. Anyone familiar with Avatar: The Last Airbender? Oh, we haven't got this. And The Legend of Korra. No, the world of the Avatars is full of amazing, often adorable creatures. Baby saber-toothed moose lions. Anyone? But even with all the competition, Furryfoot and the other Dragonfly bunny spirits rate pretty high on the all-time cuteness scale. Since they generally do not appear to people unless they sense a strong spiritual connection, the Dragonfly bunny spirits were initially only visible to...
She's about to spoil the show to herself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God, Jaxor.
What? Did I miss one?
Yeah, Jaxor.
No, I know who Jaxor is, and it's
okay.
Jackson.
Then you can skip Jackson. Yeah.
I know who Jackson is. Believe it or not, because we read about Jackson in like an article forever ago. Mm-hmm. What's this? Wallace and Gromit: The Curse of the Were-Rabbit?
Yeah, with Ray Fiennes, and I believe Helena Bonham Carter
does what? The voice of the Were-Rabbit?
Spoiler.
All I know is I want to see the Were-Rabbit. Show me the Were-Rabbit. Were-Rabbit. Oh. Where is it?
It's an over there rabbit.
Is it Were-Rabbit? Over there, rabbit. Oh my God, that was it, huh? Ew, why is it winking? So
no, that's weird. The decoy rabbit.
Peppy Hare, Star Fox. Okay, full disclosure, I've never actually played Star Fox, but when I mentioned this post to Chris and Sarah here in the tour offices, they immediately started yelling about Peppy Hare and wouldn't stop playing clips of his weird wingman advice and catchphrases until I added him to the list. So here we go. Peppy Hare is a member of the original Star Fox team who serves as a mentor to the game's protagonist, Fox McCloud. According to Chris and Sarah, Peppy is way more awesome than the team's other wingmen, Slippy Toad, who is the worst, and Falco Lombardi, who does nothing but criticize, even when you save his life, jerk. Peppy wants you to do a barrel roll, always. You should probably listen to him.
That's half of them down!
Like somebody... Barrel roll!
How could one ship take us down?
I know Usagi Yojimbo. I loved him. Yay! Okay. Max in Sam and Max. That's a weird looking bunny. Described as a weird, hyperkinetic, rabbity thing, Max is the smaller, more aggressive member of the infamous crime-fighting duo known as Sam and Max, freelance police. Along with Sam, a wisecracking, fedora-wearing dog, Max works as a private investigator with a healthy disrespect for the law. Where Sam is grounded and professional, Max is gleefully violent and maybe a tad psychotic, but in a fun way. Not in a boiling bunnies way, but you know.
But in finding a whole town of Innsmouth people way?
I guess. I don't know. He's a lagomorph who gets things done, and you really don't want to mess with him. Sam and Max have attracted a rabid cult following over the years, initially appearing in comics, then a series of video games and TV series in the late 90s. I first encountered them in the now classic LucasArts adventure game, Sam and Max Hit the Road, which I can't recommend highly enough. 12-year-old me was a little obsessed with it back in the day, and I'm pretty sure it holds up even now. Basil Stag Hair. Oh, Redwall. I like what I've read of Redwall, but I don't know all of it. So fans of Brian Jacques' Redwall series will recognize this handsome gentleman as Basil Stag Hair of the Fur and Foot Fighting Patrol. A loyal ally and expert in camouflage, Basil assists Matthias and the other denizens of Redwall Abbey when trouble threatens, playing a key role in several rescue missions, and is known for both his appetite and his battle cry, "Give 'em blood and vinegar." Okay. Bucky O'Hare. Who's Bucky O'Hare? Let's see.
He's a rabbit.
Bucky O'Hare is the captain of the Righteous Indignation, a spaceship in service of the United Animals Federation. The Federation is run... Sorry, there was a song lyric that went in my head right there. The Federation is run by mammals and exists in a parallel universe from our own. Oh gosh, I don't want to read all of this. Mr. Harriman fosters home for imaginary friends.
Said Funny Bunny to sweet little girl. Hoppity, hoppity, hippity, hippity. I'm cute and I'm cuddly and smart as a whippity. Watch and adore as I play and I skippity. Said Funny Bunny to sweet little girl. Sprung a lace.
Oh, I don't know. That's kind of what I thought. No, I don't know if I liked that very much. I feel like I was about as horrified as the people watching. What is wrong with these Homer Simpson looking weird animals? Binky Bongo Shiba.
Oh, for the love of God.
Oh.
It kills me that you're accidentally correct.
Why?
It kills me that you are accidentally right about something. And
why am I not allowed to be right about things?
Well, the fact that you did it by accident is just a little galling.
Well, they do look like Simpsons artwork.
Yes, there's a reason for that.
Well, it says you can't separate the Simpsons from their origins, life in hell. The long-running comic strip dedicated to Matt Groening's ruminations on life, love, work, death, and all of the fear, humor, irritations, and anxiety that existence entails. Wow. Really? I didn't know that.
Oh, sweet fuzzy Christ.
Yeah, sweet fuzzy bunnies. Susie, Jack, and Jane. Ooh, David Lynch's trio of humanoid rabbits. What? I love David Lynch. What's this? This is probably creepy. 42 minutes of watching all this crap. But now I really want to go look this up. In 2002, David Lynch released a series of avant-garde video films featuring a trio. What in the heck? Move on to like something in this. Oh, that's not creepy.
Oh, I can't masturbate to this.
Barbed wire.
Oh, I bet you can.
I totally need to watch that. Let's see. Which refers to as a 9-episode sitcom. The horror comedy vibe of these shorts is reflected in the series' creepy tagline. In a nameless city deluged by a continuous rain, 3 rabbits live with a fearful mystery. The nature of that mystery is never quite revealed, as the rabbits mainly wander around the sitcom-style set, uttering curious non sequiturs or reciting esoteric poetry. They are occasionally interrupted by a random effusive laugh track. The rabbits are played by Naomi Watts, Laura Haring, and Scott Coffey, all of whom appeared in Lynch's Mulholland Drive. And the set of some footage from the series were used in Inland Empire. lending fuel to the theory that all of Lynch's films are somehow interrelated in some crazy way. Well, wouldn't actually surprise me. I mean, come on. Everybody knows Bugs Bunny. We can skip him. Let's see. Bunnies. It must be bunnies. What?
Oh, by the way, that's Anya. That's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer character who is afraid of bunnies.
But she's a demon or something?
Ex-demon. Ex-vengeance demon.
Oh. Okay. That's all of them. Yay. Oh my gosh, it's 9:40. Woo! Okay, you guys, it is 9:40. That basically brings us to the end of the show for this evening. If you guys had fun laughing with us, please hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget that we do have this month's special, which are the cup covers with the straw hole in them for your festival and fair cups if you subscribe at any level to our Patreon or upgrade. And also, do not forget the magic word, which is going down there in the ticker. Put it into the comments after the show if you would like to get an entry to win a copy of, oh my God, The Case of the Man of Ash. Morbid. The magic... The magic... Lovecraft beers. That's the magic word.
Were you late? Were you late getting a joke?
Next week, the magic word's going to be hatched or hatch the bell.
I'm going to laugh next week. I'm going to save it. I'll be like, oh, I got the joke. All right.
Not derailed.
Love you guys. We will see you all. Oh, I just wanted to say one more thing, too. If you are actually here in the Northwest area, I'm going to do that like 20 times. This weekend actually is the Fall Fantasy Fair at Crescent Moon Gifts in Tacoma, and we will be there. We'll be doing an episode of Handmade Home Shopping, and Flora, you will be vending there. I think also Reese from Berlin Art will
be think also
there. Yes, isn't Reese also vending?
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
and isn't Whimsical Batty also vending? So
no.
What? Oh no. Okay. Well, I just wanted to say that if you do buy from our vendors at that market, we will enchant your items for you. So you should come down and see us in Tacoma. I believe it starts at 10 and goes till 6, 10 to 6. Is that the right time? Okay. Thank you. So
I think maybe
you are old.
So's your face.
You're so old. We'd have to die twice to catch up with you.
My pubes are gray.
All right. With that said, good night, everybody, and we will see you next week or in the hedge if you guys
see you Saturday.
So brave as to dare to be in our Discord. Yes,
Tacoma's not real.
Good night. Oh wait, it's your line count, Morbid.
Go away.
Oh, we have the outro tonight. You know that?
Go away.
Oh, I was just trying to.
Hello and welcome to FAE Productions. We hope you enjoyed our show with your host, Fairy Princess Ollie. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you had fun with our FAE crew. Don't forget to click that little bell icon to get notifications of upcoming shows. And if you're looking to support your fellow FAE, fly on over to our Patreon. Links below.